Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. Here in GOAT James Kingdom, we attack the GOAT debate head on, where we challenge all Michael Jordan fans and all LeBron detractors to who is the GOAT of basketball. You can catch us every Sunday noon Eastern Time, right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel, for the GOAT James Kingdom show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. Also, we go live Friday nights with the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer, where you catch special shows and content as a GOAT James Kingdom follower and subscriber. Also, check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership, where you can get exclusive content.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to the GOAT James Kingdom channel. I'm A. Johnny with a special GJK Sports Report, as we are here to discuss the upbreaking and the basically updating NBA news that is available to us today. Thank you for joining me here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. You guys know what to do best. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership as we continue to grow our subscribership and our followers. Everybody knows what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom. We talk the game of basketball. And obviously this is big news today. As we all know, the Boston Celtics just sold, or reportedly just sold, for over $6 billion, ladies and gentlemen. $6 billion, ladies and gentlemen. This is the largest sale, or the largest price, for any North American sports franchise. No franchise have ever sold as high as the Boston Celtics are going to be sold in 2025. It is $6.1 billion deal, ladies and gentlemen. And this man right here is rich now due to it. He is super rich due to it. And the Boston Celtics got the luck of the charm because they're able to not only sell this team, but they have a good team on top of it. So the new owners, you know what I'm saying, are going to have a lot to look forward to in the future. But what does this entail for the NBA and in general for the Boston Celtics, right? Because we all know new ownership means a lot of new things. We all know when somebody purchases your company or purchases a company, you get new bosses, there are going to be some changes, some good and some bad. But the craziest thing about this whole deal is that it is funny that everybody sits here and tells us that the NBA is not doing good. But somebody just purchased the Boston Celtics for $6 billion. Why would you invest $6 billion into something that's failing? Obviously, it is not failing at all. It is far from not failing. As we stated before, it is the largest and the most expensive sale of any North American sports franchise in history. They just surpassed the Washington Commanders, who just got sold a couple years ago. And if you look here, you got the Phoenix Suns, just sold recently a few years ago. The Brooklyn Nets sold a few years ago. The Milwaukee Bucks sold a few years ago. All of these teams are selling for billions of dollars, and we all know the NBA just signed a new TV deal worth $76 billion plus for the next 10 years. So the NBA is growing. So all of this talk about how the NBA is not growing and how it's been faltering away due to the lack of great play of these NBA players, and obviously they love to blame LeBron James for everything. But this man purchased the Boston Celtics in 2002 for $360 million. I'm sorry, $360 million what he purchased the team for. And now he's selling it for $6.1 billion just 20 years later. Talking about a return on your investment. So obviously purchasing an NBA franchise is obviously great, right? But let's get into some of the details about this, right? Let's get into some of the details about what basically is going on here, right? If we really take a look at this, right? If we really take a look at this, they're basically saying the Boston Celtics sold. Let me make this bigger so everybody can see it as well. All right, so we can read this together. Because as you guys know, here in GOAT James Kingdom, we read. We not like Zesty Jeffries. We actually read. It says here, the Boston Celtics sold for a record $6.1 billion valuation. A person with knowledge of the transaction confirmed to USA Today. This is coming from USA Today. A person requesting anonymity because they are not authorized to speak publicly on the deal, right? So basically, this gentleman here purchased the Boston Celtics back in like I said, in 2002, and now they're going to sell their stakes to the William Chisholm, which is basically the managing partner of the Symphony Technology Group, which is based out of Menlo Park, California. But what is interesting is, like I said, the Grossbecks, if that's how you say their names, bought the Celtics for $360 million in 2002. Announced in July they plan to sell the team for estate and family planning considerations. So they just want to get rid of the team. But they own majority of the team, and they were going to basically own the entire rights to the team by 2028. But they sold all of this. They said here the Grossbeck family plans to sell 51% of their ownership share now and their remaining shares in 2028. The way the purchase agreement is structured, the final sale price could get close to a $7 billion valuation. Ladies and gentlemen, the NBA is doing fine. The NBA is doing fine. With the sale of the Celtics and the resolution expected soon of the sale of the Minnesota Timberwolves to a group led by Mark Lore and Alex Rodriguez, the NBA can focus on expansion with the possibility of two expansion teams fetching approximately $5 billion each, ladies and gentlemen. And again, we're looking at what they're talking about, the most expensive franchises sold here. So this is y'all was saying the NBA was dead. But somehow they can sell their teams for this much. And not only that, now that they got all their teams solidified with ownership, they can now look and seek other owners who want to invest in the NBA. And the asking price is $5 billion. The NBA is doing fine. Shout out to you, Najee, indeed. And LeBron, we trust. That's right. The NBA is big time corporate. You see they put logos on their jersey. You see that. As you can see, I'm wearing a jersey now with logos on it. But then, you guys always say, like, and we all know it's all about the Zesty Jeffries, right? And the Zesty Jeffries love to lie about how the NBA is not doing well. Well, if we go look at the franchises that Forbes said are the most valuable franchises in 2024, as you can see, the Dallas Cowboys is number one, but right behind them is the Golden State Warriors. Then you got the Rams, the Yankees, then the Knicks is top five. So you got two NBA teams in the top five. High value teams. Then you got the Patriots, the Giants, then the Lakers. So within the top 10 or in the top 8, you got 3 NBA franchises as the most valued franchises in sports. So obviously the NBA is doing fine. And this is the top 20. They had a whole top 50 list. And as you can see, the Kansas City Chiefs are nowhere to be found here. The Boston Celtics now selling for $6 billion or 19th. They're ahead of Barcelona, which is a soccer club or a football club in Europe, which we all know is a popular club. Those top 10 franchises are in California. Shout out to you, Mar. Peace and blessings. Wait, no, it's not. The top 10 are not in California. You got Dallas is in Texas, New York, New England, New York. What are you talking about, sir? So, again, the top franchises are always going to be teams that got obviously a history and a legacy behind them. When you're talking about teams like the Los Angeles Rams, I don't know why they're worth that much, but I think they're worth that much because of the property. Again, all these teams are also depending on the stadium and the arenas, which is why all these NFL teams are worth more, because they have large real estates. These basketball arenas are not as large as some of these other NFL arenas. When you buy these teams, you're also buying that real estate of the property, which is illustrious. And if I'm correct, the Rams have one of the most illustrious stadiums in football, right? But even like I said, the Kansas City Chiefs, which are Super Bowl champions, were 39th on this list. Teams like the Chicago Bulls were valued higher than them. Right? So you're talking about the NBA is doing fine. They're doing just fine. Again, if a guy can sell his team for $6 billion, that is an incredible markup, ladies and gentlemen. That is an incredible markup when we're talking about investing. This was probably one of the greatest investments we can probably think about. And shout out to Basketball Talk Only on Facebook for this particular graph. The NBA is doing fine. So when you have this Zesty Jeffries out here telling us that the NBA is not doing good because of viewership, blah, 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 always follow the money. The money always is going to tell us the truth. The money will always tell us where everything lies and where the lies lay. And obviously what is the truth is that the NBA is making money. They're making hell of money. But this is going to be very interesting for Boston, because we all know once you have a new ownership, right? And you sell a team, right? And you now have this new owner, right? What is this? What are these owners? Are these owners the same as the Grosbecks? Are they interested in keeping Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, Derek White, all of their expensive contracts together? Are they going to keep that team together, or are they going to start selling off some of these players because they just spent $6 billion on the team? And Jaylen Brown's contract with Jason Tatum's contract alone is going to cost you somewhere between $800 million plus. So there's definitely going to be a change. There's a new regime now, so there's got to be some kind of change for this. So does Boston keep their top two guys, right? Do they keep Brown and Tatum together? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or do they just get rid of White? Because that's always been the rumor that White would be the guy they would get rid of, that would free up some cap space for them, because they like the way Pritchard is coming up, right? Or Drew Holiday as well, who also just re-signed the contract with them in the offseason, so he has an extension. But do they keep these guys? Because, again, a $6 billion cost, that's big. That's big. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, Rap God, you might be right, man. You know, they might just keep Tatum, right? Because we all know Tatum is the better of the two, right? And Tatum is a star, right? Tatum has a clean resume. He has a pristine image. Jaylen Brown, we all know, has controversy behind him because he's an intelligent young black male and he doesn't sell out. And, you know, that put, you know, corporate America on guard when it comes to Jaylen Brown, which we all heard Stephen A. Smith try to explain that on the Gilbert Arena show, on the Gills Arena show with those guys, about how he was talking about Jaylen Brown illicitly and he was trying to defend himself like he always does. Because he's trying to blame Jaylen Brown for how corporate America views Jaylen Brown, which it's not Jaylen Brown's fault. So he might just be somebody that be traded. I was just on a live with some Miami Heat fans, and we were talking and discussing the Miami Heat, and I threw it out there that if Boston has a new ownership, they might be interested in dissolving some of this assets that they have as far as these contracts with these players. Jaylen Brown might be an opportunity that the Heat might go after. I would love to have Jaylen Brown in Miami. You guys know I'm a big-time Jaylen Brown fan, and having Jaylen Brown would be perfectly fine with me. But in reality, the Boston Celtics sale is showing that the NBA is doing just fine. And the NBA is going to continue to grow. And as the article explained, you know, now that everything is solidified with all of their franchises, there's no issues at all with the ownerships in the NBA. Everything is solidified. Now they can focus on expanding the NBA and adding 2 more teams to the league and adding another large stream revenue to their purse. And again, the NBA can use it because they have enough talent. There's enough guys coming in and out of the G League, right? that are really good, right? We see a lot of guys coming in and out of the G League that is balling, right? So you can easily expand teams and expand the league because you even got guys. There's a lot of teams with a lot of good guys on the bench, man, that are just rotting away, playing their roles, but could be really good, solid rotation guys and even stars and number one options on 2 new franchises. It's not like how it was in the 80s when they were expanding into the 90s, where they just didn't have the talent. The league wasn't really, ready to expand, but they had to expand because they were growing internationally. The money was there. And they survived the 90s. You see what I'm saying? Let me hear what Mark got to say. Hey, Johnny, I heard him say this Spoelstra's longest losing streak in his career. I don't know, but it's bad. We on a 9-game losing streak. We already lost 40 games this year. We're in the 10th seed, which is right into the play-in. And I don't even care to make the play-in. We look horrible. The Heat look horrible. No, Spo doesn't get fired at all. Spo never gets fired. Spo gets promoted. Spo never gets fired. So Spo was going to get fired. You would have fired Spo back in 2012, 2013, around that time. You ain't firing Spo now. You keeping Spo. And again, the Heat got something up their sleeves, and we just got to, as Heat fans, just wait. That's all we can do. As far as this season goes, this is a wrap for us. Like I told y'all, man, it's parade on Crenshaw. It's parade on Crenshaw. But the truth of the matter is, tonight's show is not about my Miami Heat. As much as I hate to talk about the Boston Celtics, it really is about the Boston Celtics and the sale of their team, and how the NBA is still a viable product, no matter what the Zesty Jeffries say. People are out here spending money to watch the NBA. They're going to games. I mean, I just saw Sports Fluent take a flight from Canada to come down here to watch the Clippers and the Heat play. Imagine that. That shows you how much a fan Sports Fluent is. He was like, I'm going to go see the Clippers. Well, he was like, I'm going to go down to Miami. I can be in Miami. I'm going to be in South Florida. What game I can go to at that time is the Clippers and the Heat. I'll go to that game. Me and Chill are going to be there with my kids. And they went to go watch the Clippers and the Heat play. So the Heat are doing just fine. I'm sorry, not the Heat. The NBA is doing just fine. There are no issues with the NBA. And as you can see, they have franchises that are valued higher than NFL teams. And mind you, like I said, these NFL teams and these soccer teams have large estates, massive stadiums, big type of payroll. That's why they're valued more, because they're more expensive in general to run and operate. So imagine what it is to, again, you bought it. The man bought the team for $360 million and sold it for $1.1 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't get nothing better than that. That tells you right there that when somebody has the money and has the cachet to get people together to purchase such a product or such thing as an investment as owning a franchise in the NBA, they see this, they're like, yo, yeah, we might want to invest in the NBA. The NBA is making money, hand over fist, and they have a good product because they don't have no player problems. There's no real problems. The problem is what people are saying in the play, and in reality, if you go to the games and you watch the games, there is nothing wrong with the play. The people that are complaining about the NBA don't watch the games. They're on TikTok lives, they're on YouTube lives, they're on Twitter lives, they're on Discord lives, and they're not watching the games. They're just not. Shout out to you. What's good, Quan? Erky, man, is the best, man. Shout out to you, brother. Don't forget the crack. Don't forget the crack. Yeah, man. Shout out to Gil, man. Gil said he got something for Skip Bayless, man. He racking up some information on Skip Bayless, and he about to go in on the GOAT debate, which is crazy because he got Jordan as the GOAT, but he's about to prove everybody that who has Jordan as the GOAT, you don't have him for the right reasons. You can't poke Gilbert Arenas about him having Jordan as the GOAT, because he has his reasons, which has nothing to do with basketball. Jordan's the GOAT for nothing but other than, like Gilbert Arenas said, he got his ass kicked too many times for them Jordans to not make Jordan the GOAT. So at the end of the day, I can't wait to see what he comes up with when he comes at Skip Bayless, because Skip Bayless has been talking reckless. Skip Bayless has been doing the Drake thing, just baiting Gilbert Arenas to respond. But again, like I said, today's show is not about that, ladies and gentlemen. Today's show is, again, it is the GJK Sports Report. This is the special time where we give you guys breaking news about what's going on in the NBA. And this is breaking news because, again, like I stated, the Boston Celtics sold for $6 billion, which is clearly a sign of how great the NBA is and how great the NBA is going to continue to be. So I don't know what you guys have been watching, what you guys have been paying attention to, but if you've been paying attention to anything here in GOAT James Kingdom, you know that we love the game of basketball, and we are excited to see what's going to happen with the new Boston Celtics. And obviously, we're excited for this NBA season because the season will roll on, and it's going to continue to grow. So like I said, this is the GJK Sports Reports, where we do breaking news and updates about NBA, just basically updated news about what's going on in the NBA. You guys know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership, where we go live every Sunday noon Eastern time, and we allow GOAT James Kingdom members up to conversate with us on an open panel on a Sunday afternoon. We talk the GOAT conversation in basketball. We also watch the games of basketball. Again, we are on playback, so if you guys want to enjoy us on playback, don't forget to check us out on playback.tv.
Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. Here in GOAT James Kingdom, we not only talk the game of basketball, we actually watch it. And by becoming a member of GOAT James Kingdom, you'll have access to watch the games with us right here on Playback TV/GOAT James Kingdom. All GOAT James Kingdom members will have access to watch the games with us, especially when the Los Angeles Lakers face anyone in the NBA. Also, we'll be going live with other games and other streams regarding the basketball. If you like the content here in GOAT James Kingdom, please hit that like button, comment, become a subscriber to the channel, and also don't forget to become a member of GOAT James Kingdom.
Indeed, y'all. Also, don't forget to join me tomorrow night for the Friday Night Exposure with The Exposer. I got a special episode for all you Zesty Jeffries. I finally figured out how Michael Jordan is truly the GOAT of basketball. And this is the only thing that Zesty Jeffries can use to make Michael Jordan the GOAT of basketball, because it will be basketball related other than the other things that they like to use. So don't forget to join me tomorrow night on the Friday Night Exposure with The Exposer, which will be live right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Also going live on our Facebook group and also on our IG accounts. As I stated before, ladies and gentlemen, we're all over the place. Follow us on TikTok, Discord, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and also right here on YouTube. And again, don't forget to check us out every Sunday noon Eastern time on the GOAT James Kingdom show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. This was the GJK Sports Report with your boy A. Johnny, the Exposer. I'm going to get up out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace and blessings.
Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. You get to enjoy B. Lee and A. Johnny talk basketball every Sunday noon Eastern time right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Support by subscribing, and also check out the membership at GOAT James Kingdom.